Hello, and thank you for watching this episode of Hot Button. Today's topic is Remembrance Day, as it just happened. The importance it plays, the connection we all have in our everyday lives. So Sherry, what does this holiday play in your life?
Well, actually, it's not a holiday that I celebrate too often, but I should, as I have a grandfather that fought in World War I.
Your grandfather, really?
Yeah, my parents started their family later in life. He was living in England and was called in his young teen years to fight. He fought in the trenches as a soldier somewhere between Belgium and France. As the story goes, he was shot and he woke up later with the first aid nurse telling him that the war was over and that he survived.
That's actually really interesting. I'm sure a lot of other people can relate to that. On the other hand, I don't have such vivid stories of my grandfather in the war, so.
Really? What war was he in?
Well, he actually fought in World War II in Russia, and he was a Nazi soldier, so not a lot of people like hearing that side of the story. He actually, if I recall, got deployed around 17 and didn't return back till his 20s. Our family never really talked about the war itself, but more or less kind of the effects it had on us after.
Wow, a lot of us take for granted that so many people fought in wars throughout history, and that so many people have different stories about bravery and survival.
I understand this holiday is usually about remembering our troops and what they did for our country, and I could be a little biased with the way I was raised, but I think this day is more or less about remembering everyone, what they did for everything they're fighting and their contribution to their countries. They all played a big role in writing history today. However, I know it's not always the same for veterans today. You've heard of them coming back and they struggle on a daily life with struggling from post-traumatic stress disorder and, the injuries that have resulted from the battles they were in.
Oh, for sure. I guess my grandfather was one of the lucky few. I never heard of any stories of him going through any of those disorders after, but we should take the time in our lives to remember those that have fallen and fought, even after November 11th. So if any of you have any stories that can relate, feel free to contact us through Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on the next episode of Hot Button.